Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play, whatever this game's called, Nobunaga's Ambition Sphere of Influence. I'm the Mysterious JG. So, I take my time with these Let's Plays. I'm not pushing. We certainly could be doing things faster. A big thing in that would be to be more aggressive. Also, a really big thing in that would be to just not zoom in and manually watch battles, especially now that we've kind of established ourselves as having the numerical advantage most of the time. Letting the battles conduct themselves automatically will generally work in our favor. But yeah, we're definitely in the end game now because I finally pulled the trigger and have forces marching on Nijo Palace. Don't know whether or not they'll take it on the first try. Well, I mean, they would have to get some support because we've got 15,000 troops marching on Nijo Palace, but we've got approximately 5, approximately 4, approximately 2, 6. I think the Miyoshi are allied right now with the crazy warrior monks, and they've got troop counts down here. The Miyoshi start out in the kind of the Kyoto region, but they expand into Shikoku, which they've done. So they are going to pull. They are going to pull everything that they can to stop us from taking Nijo Palace. They won't be able to do it. It just means that they're going to make it a fight. But in the meantime, we've got some long-term stuff I want to think about. I've already confessed once after the surgery, and then again more recently, just for no real good reason. I did play off screen and stop microing and just started pushing as fast as possible, just goofing around to see how much longer I thought the LP had, and got a little foreknowledge. Although things can change, there's going to be a coalition forming against us, but the 2 times I off-screened this, we didn't necessarily have the same members in the anti-Takeda coalition. It depends on, originally it was Uesugi, but I think I knocked them down too much on the way this time. So now they're no longer powerful enough to lead the coalition against us. It may be someone else. But there's a couple things I want to do. I want to start thinking long-term. And my long-term strategy is I think we might want to make the Kyoto region its own district, put it under the control of a new guy with an official post. I think we might put the Tango prefect, Kalinowari Sanada, who burns with loyalty after all. He doesn't like Shingen personally, but in all other respects, he's pretty cool with how things are going. Well, he agrees with his master's way of doing things, but he doesn't get along well with his master. I don't really... Whatever, either way, he's the Tango prefect. I haven't decided for sure. And honestly, this would slow things down if anything else. But I might give him his own district made up of basically the Oda territories and what we've conquered in the Kyoto region. And just set him to fight the Miyoshi. And take everything else back. So I'll have a much larger district, but it'll be more spread out. And then I will be pushing east against the Uesugi and anyone else who might be a thing. But there's a couple of things that we need to do to get ready. And we don't need to do these. And there's a little bit of me cheating and using foreknowledge, but these are things we don't need to do to win the game, but they might make winning the game more interesting and fun. We're going to enact...
Let us enact a policy.
We're going to enact the... The improve... no, not improve labor. We're going to enact... Well, I'm actually pushing towards getting low enough that we can get... improve militia. Because I think it would be... Actually, foster system would help us, too. So overall troop count would go from being 77-ish to over 9. Yeah, we would definitely get... Because we don't have as many castles. I'm not sure what... I don't know what they mean by foster system. Improved militia seems pretty obvious. You're pressing more of your civil population to be militia, which means you have less civilian labor available for domestics. So, the name is vague, but I understand the trade-off. Foster system, I don't know what they mean. I mean, other than it seems to have something to do with like spreading your military leadership or command and control or span of control or whatever, like focusing on the fortresses, which are smaller, rather than the castles. Seems like early game that would be a bad idea because you're really relying on castles. As you expand, you have lots of fortresses, few castles. This would increase our troop counts overall pretty dramatically. I don't think I'd notice this. It does cost gold every month, but at this point we're making a lot of money. Official purveyor. This must be... This one's interesting. It pays for itself. Sakai merchants come more often. Foreign import income decrease. Or increase. Merchandise gets less expensive during trades. I don't see how that's a demerit. I think there might be a translation issue here. But this one pays for itself because we're getting we're going from 73 to 8 something, and it's costing us... Actually, it looks like it's a wash. I'd have to actually get out a calculator or a pencil and paper. You don't do math in your head in front of an audience. Seriously though, it's 7,004 something. All right, 74, and then here we've got carry the one. Let's just call that a 5 and a 1. 74 to 85, and it's costing 9. It's like, it looks like it would be a very small gain. But I think the demerit, I think there's a mistranslation going on, and there is a demerit that's not being explained properly. Yeah, council system is not going to help us. But actually, official foster system does seem like a good idea. Well, it's making our cost per month go up pretty significantly. But it's giving us tons, it's giving us a lot more troops. Yeah, leave it. We got... But this one here, what I actually wanted to look at while we're in here, other than deploy draft, decreased number of troops, gold income greatly decreases. I do think improved militia would be fun. And, but what I want right now is distant diplomacy. Is there anything we're doing that we could get rid of? This is giving us 1,000 gold. It's costing us 920 a month, and it's foreign income and diplomacy effect increases. I think this is a wash, except that it's slowing our crop development speed. Beef assurance, loyalty increase. That's all to the good. Improved cavalry we definitely want. This one we want. All right, there's nothing else we just want to get rid of. Laws of the Takeda are... Yeah. So we're eventually going to want to get improved militia if I can get us conservative enough. Just because it's the exact opposite of the focus in my previous Let's Plays, where we got as progressive as possible and did fix society, which troops greatly increase, overcome crop limitations, develop conscripts. This is the opposite of this one. It gives you huge amounts of militia. It's probably the progressive path is a bit better in this game, but we're playing the conservative path this time. But no, I'm sorry. Blah blah blah. I keep talking in circles. I want to get distant diplomacy going.
Let's let everyone know.
Because, and it's not going to take effect until the next turn. Okay. I also want to spend the last few bits of labor we have. We're going to have a harvest on the very next turn, I think. So this is paused. I'm not sure why, but let's get somebody to finish it. And this is paused too. Something happened with probably officers getting pulled out to attack or something. So that's wasting our money and being annoying to me, but...
What would you like?
Right before the harvest, we could sell food because we'll actually get a good return for it. Right after the harvest, we would get a terrible return for selling food. But I got a couple of things here. Yeah, construction was paused, so I want to pick it back up. And I'm not going to review every single city looking for that, but... I suppose I could, but... It tends to happen when I'm marching guys around, and it's annoying when it does. It's also good to check once in a while if there's a facility you could build that you didn't realize. All I can build here are chapels and Buddhist temples, neither of which I care about. We're going to want to do some stuff with Kananoji when we take it over. Although honestly, if I turn this over to the to be an AI district, I'm not that worried about it. Let the AI call on Owari-sana to upgrade castles if he so desires. Nagashino. Why am I talking like that? Here's a place that could be a decent castle, but we haven't put any effort into it. Is it develop? And it's not even developing right now. Why isn't it? Probably because it's maxed. Yep. Alright, so I won't even bother worrying about an overseer. We'll need one there eventually, if I can upgrade some stuff. Alright, and that's all the labor spent. Okay. On the next turn, we're going to want to get some diplomacy going with some distant powers, where I just want to get friendly relations and trust up to 100 before a coalition event triggers. Because I might be able to do something interesting by forming a coalition of people to support me that includes distant powers on the other, on the other border, the opposite border of my enemies. Suddenly there will be forces. In particular, I'm thinking it'd be really fun to get the Nanbu allied with us if, like, the Date or the Uesugi, but particularly if the Date decide to form an anti-Takeda coalition, having the Nanbu suddenly oppose them would be like, oh, we thought that we were going to take advantage of the fact that we don't really have a border with you and we can just kind of dick around with a Hojo. Never mind. Alright. Now that the video is halfway goddamn over, let's actually get on with things here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't realize I was at full speed ahead here. Alright, so... we're encircling Ottawa, so Canada is about to fall to the Takeda. Let us decide what to do with the captives. Oh, this is the entire, basically, Azai clan. So let's get them on board. I need a little time to sort matters out. I'll go and cool my head off for a time. When I return, I will swear loyalty to you. You would choose me? Oh, I would gladly serve under you. Yeah, this one's just over the, Oh, can't, We've already requested relief forces from them, so never mind. Alright, I need to stop zooming in on every battle if we want to ever end this Let's Play, but when created officers are involved, I do tend to want to do that. So let's have Natsuko Sasaki. Who has a massive unit, which sounds like it's some kind of terrible sex joke, but is not meant to be.
Acknowledged.
Engage.
He's got greatly increased range, decreases own range. It's actually a good combination of officers here. But we're going to go for snipe. Triple shoot's a great skill, especially when you've got allies lined up. Elman Dread of the Avatars. But this is greatly raised. This is momentarily greatly raises. Oh, actually. It's a little weird. Like, they're slightly different. This one is... I don't always know what all the icons mean. Because the first one is the same. Oh, I think it's that down must mean duration. Let's go with greatly increases and not short term.
This will decide the battle. This battle is our victory.
Acknowledged.
They are trying to confuse me in melee, even though they are using their muskets from range right now. Wow, she's taking damage pretty quickly from this, though. They put up a decent fight here, considering how badly they're outnumbered. And we're losing our tribal unit completely.
Retreat.
But it's all in the name of wiping out the defenses. And we do have another unit from our army on its way. So let's actually knock down those walls. To increase the chances that we actually take Nijo while guys are on their way to support. Because they've got a couple units that are coming. Tama's unit included. Who is she again? She's like, I keep looking her up because I find her really curious, but... There's no way to look up gender either. You can't just like skip ahead to the female officers. Alright. If I can skip down past the Takeda, please. I wish you could move through the list a little faster in this game. Because the easiest way to find her is just to go just to get to the Miyoshi. Is there a different menu from which I can do that? I could go clans, Miyoshi, officers. Why are they so far down the list? They're like the guys I'm fighting with right now. You'd think they would be... I don't think I skipped right past them because they would have been on screen a little longer than that. They have quite a few officers, I would think. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're a shockingly small clan in terms of officer count and I'm an idiot. And I already went past them. There they are. Okay. Yeah, I thought she was like Shingen's daughter or something. Yeah, so why is she working for a different clan from him? Because he's still working for the Tsutsui. She was said to be educated by a tailor in Kyoto. Later, she married Toshitoshi Yagyu and birthed the great sword master Toshikane Yagyu. So she's kind of a above average. Master seriously going to interfere in the land of us retainers up. They got some kind of thing going where they're trying to be populists, and it's not popular with the nobles.
We march.
Let's continue the battle. Much closer troop counts this time.
Let's advance.
Oh, nice! Somehow this was a night attack, even though they knew that we were here. Vita's grandma, war cry, and provoke. I don't think we need either of those. Let's melee and try to wipe these units out quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, let's capture this or hire this dude.
Everyone depend on me.
Ogre unleashes power. Ogre unleashes power. All right, let's
Everyone depend
go
on me.
all out here
This will end it.
because we've got them stunned and we're powered up. Let's just charge in and fucking butcher dudes. We'll take some losses,
Follow my lead.
but we'll melt them like butter.
Retreat.
Yeah, see, she's taking 20, like 9, 10, 20 in damage. Those guys were basically taking 100 plus in every attack.
Pull back.
So this was brutal.
Understood.
We may finish them off completely before they even...
Leave it to me.
yeah, the night attack thing seems to be like it's kind of random when it happens, and I guess it's officer traits. It doesn't make sense here. They were coming to break my siege on a castle, so somehow we can make it work. Somehow, Natsuko Sasaki, blah, blah, blah. 'Cause that was like butchery right there. That was brutal. So what are we saying happened here? Trying to get officer info. I feel like that was there's probably a different game in the series where you can do that, and that's why I'm keep thinking I should be able to. She burns. Oh, that's right. She's not gonna have a bio, duh. Yeah, but she's a created officer. She's got all this extra shit going on, including. Let's see if we can figure out what's doing this. When blockading enemy base, the morale gate lowers extremely quickly, and storm attacks become more powerful. That's a good one, although it's not what happened here. Occasionally, the attack burn muskets greatly increases. None of those traits would be doing it. Maybe Elmandretta or Lita's grandma's in the unit. He's what gave us Ogre for that unit. Actually, Lita's grandma came up with some interesting stuff. A bunch of skills that give you increases depending on different. Yeah, Lita's grandma was paying attention to what the skills do. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're talking about rushing through this, and now I'm really slowing things up. Hidemasa Hori? Could he have done this somehow? Or is it only the leader? Okay. Reckless, talented, and master. I don't... Okay, so maybe somebody in... Well, Lita's grandma I already looked at. I don't think the statesman things. So I don't know why the surprise attack happened. And I guess it's probably triggered by an intelligence difference between the leading officers of both groups, because although her intelligence is 34. Alright, so here's my headcanon. Elmandretta the Avatar hatched some kind of plan, knowing, spies reported that reinforcements were coming. Somehow, some kind of small detached force was was kept to maintain the siege, and then the main bulk of the army moved into some kind of position. And when the reinforcements came, they saw a small force. This is my headcanon. They saw a small force besieging the city. They moved in to aggressively break the siege, but then their main force, which was and their officers were too dumb to realize they can't have sent this few troops. They charge in, attack the dummy force, and are overwhelmed by the main force emerging from, like, you know, the tree line or something. That's my headcanon. Otherwise, I don't know why that happened. But it led to a brutally one-sided victory for us. We lost troops because I decided to be aggressive rather than going with, like, just range attacks. But we won much more quickly that way, and we really wiped them out. So they've got troops on the field, but they don't really have the numbers because they marched out of some of their castles. Yeah, they got 10k between those two. They've got decent. Okay, they still got enough troops to either stop this or make it really difficult without additional reinforcement. But additional reinforcement's already on the way. So you guys are just there to watch your border. The crazy warrior monks actually have spent a lot of energy in the failed fight to defend the Rokoku and the Azai, so they might be kind of done. It's gonna be time to take. I want to take the warrior monks out before I'm done, though. It's always fun as Nobunaga to, like, punish the warrior monks, because that's part of his reputation as the Demon King, being that when these Buddhist groups refused to pay taxes to him and tried to, like, you know, act like they, you know, were not having to do whatever he told them, like, he kind of took their sorry ass out. And that's why he got a reputation as the Demon King, because of the brutality with which he dealt with rebellious religious orders. Nobunaga, I don't know that this is official, but he's considered one of the most famous atheists in history. He did not he welcomed the Christians because he didn't give a fuck who your imaginary friend is, whether they were a white bearded man or a fat, you know, subcontinent of India guy. Like, he didn't give a fuck. It's like, as far as he was concerned, they were all imaginary friends, and he would pay lip service to whichever one would give him power in the real world, which is, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you whether that's admirable or not. I'll tell you it was interesting. But anyway, yeah, I think Shingen's kind of the same. He took a Buddhist name to win support amongst the peasants, and as a conservative, I guess I should be careful about how I treat the Honganji. But, like, in my mind, Shingen's like, no, he will declare them blasphemers, and I don't know. The Honganji, to me, it's interesting to take them out. We can't avoid fighting them. We've already taken castles from them. I guess Shingen probably would be tiptoeing around them a little differently, because he attached himself to Buddhism as a way to boost his own power. But I also feel like he'd be completely willing to shred those dudes when the time came, if it was needed and helpful to him. These guys aren't asking for our help, probably because this castle is too far away from us. And we can't get to it without marching through the territory of the monks, although I'd be willing to do that. So it does look like the Hatakeyama are going to be down to just this castle. And even though they are, like, diplomatically, they're in awe of us, and I could make them vassals, but it might be more useful to just grab this castle and let them just be wiped out of the map. Anyway, let's finish this turn and then call it a video. Probably finishing the Rokoku, as a matter of fact.
Looks like I've gained the statesman trait. Seems really powerful if I use it right. Why am I talking like this? You guys have heard Bean. She doesn't sound like this.
Alright. The siege has been broken up. Again. Let's have you guys all park Just so that Lethal doesn't get ahead of Zerfall
Understood.
and go out and... and Agwan Marmor. I don't want him getting way too far ahead and getting himself in trouble. So let's have them all park outside of Shimizuyama Castle so that they can basically have provisions. I'm taking Nochisayama Castle. Again, I could vassalize these guys, but it's a good castle. I'd rather run it for myself. Alright, let's do this fight then. Again, they're created officers, which is why I kind of wanted to actually allow them to be featured on screen in combat. I don't know if the... Ald, I think, is still watching, but I think, you know, Ald might be watching casually while doing the dishes and stuff. I don't know if Lita's grandma or if the person who made Natsuko Sasaki is actively watching, but when a created officer is involved, I usually...
Let's advance.
Well, actually... Oh, it's just Tama? I should have waited and let the other units arrive. Because what's annoying is every time we fight here, like, they reset these damn towers, so we never get credit for having destroyed the perimeter defenses, it seems.
Go.
Out of our way.
Otowa Castle is now ours. I've gained the tactician trait. I'm sure it'll come in really handy. Rokaku clan was eliminated by the Takeda clan on August 1568. This seems like a fun place to end it. The clan was eliminated screen in the middle of a battle. And the triumphant... And they haven't even switched to the triumphant music yet, or away from the triumphant music to the sad clan has fallen music. It's all confused by the fact that we're in mid-battle. So I guess when we come back next time, we'll still be in mid-battle. See you then.